I'm Gabby Nyosa, and I am a pharmacy major here at the University of Rhode Island, and I've tutored for 1 semester.
Hi, my name's Janelle, and I'm a third-year wildlife and conservation biology student, and I've been tutoring at the AEC for 2 semesters.
Hi guys, my name is Lauren Brad and I'm a sophomore in the PharmD program. This is my 2nd semester tutoring at the AEC.
Hi everyone, my name is Rebecca. I am a senior biochemistry and Spanish double major here at URI. I have been a tutor at the Academic Enhancement Center for about 3 years now.
Hi guys, my name is Lila Burley. I'm a cell and molecular bio major with a focus in biochem, and this will be my 3rd semester tutoring at the AEC.
Hi, my name is Finley Burge. I'm a junior majoring in cellular and molecular biology and secondary education, and I've been working at the AEC since spring 2020.
I'm Jewel, and I am a biological sciences and interdisciplinary neuroscience double major, and I have been tutoring at the AEC for a year.
My name is Nicole. I'm a nursing major, and this is my 3rd semester at the AEC.
My name is Amity Tobias. I'm a biology major, and this is my 2nd semester tutoring at the AEC.
The syllabus for a chemistry course contains a lot of important information. It can answer most of your questions you have about the class. It's important to go over and understand your syllabus at the beginning of the semester so you know what to expect throughout the course. The syllabus contains due dates for assignments and exam dates so you can plan ahead and know how to manage your time properly for the class. Additionally, it contains important resources such as the professor's office hours and information about the AEC.
That it is important to do as many practice problems as possible, especially problems like the homework you receive or problems in the textbook. One way to get started for success in chemistry is to meet with your professor at least once before an exam and go prepared with questions. This will allow you to get started up a conversation with your professor and figure out areas of weakness in the
Chemistry classes can be difficult and they can also be a lot of work, so it's important that you keep up with your work and you get help when you need it. You can either go to office hours with your teacher or you can come by the AEC and get help from a tutor. To get started on your path, make sure that you start right away and don't let any of your work pile up, and keep up with all your notes.
Some resources we have here to help you succeed in the chemistry course include teachers' office hours. They set aside hours each week where they can meet with students, but if you can't make those times, you can always email them and they'll make an appointment for you. And this is a great way to not only get to know your teacher, but have an outlet if you ever have any questions about the setup of the course. Additionally, at the Academic Enhancement Center, we have one-on-one and group tutoring. In these groups, you get tutored by people who have done well in the course, and they can really help you learn different study strategies and tips for navigating this course. Another resource you have is becoming friends with your classmates and forming study groups. It's really great making friends with your classmates because it's always helpful to have someone who's going through the course with you because they understand everything that's going on. And really, with all of these resources, it can help squash any fear you may have because you not only have your teacher to turn to, you have tutors to turn to, and your peers who are taking the class.
The material is difficult, but it's not impossible, so we really need to make sure that we're taking larger concepts and then breaking them down into smaller chunks. That way we can isolate what we do know and what we don't know and build up to the ultimate goal of solving the problem. As well, if there's an exam grade that you're not particularly happy about, that's okay. That happens all the time, and it's absolutely possible to come back from that. We see that at the AEC all the time. So just use it as a learning experience. So talk with your professor, go over the questions that you missed so that you can go into the next exam being prepared and with more knowledge. Use everything as a learning experience.
And the one thing that I stress to every tutoring group, regardless of what subject, is that every hurdle, every roadblock you come across in your academic career, whether it be the class that we're talking about or another class, they're all there to help you succeed in the end. You would not have chosen a hard major like the one you're facing now if you were not someone who perseveres, if you were not someone who has a fighting mentality. And that's not to say if you get a question wrong or if you get a bad grade that you can't be upset about it. Sure, be upset. Take that time to express your feelings however you need to, but always come back to it. You will always learn something every time you come back. Don't let that scare you off.
This is going to happen no matter what class you're in, all you have to do is study harder, and everyone has their own strengths and weaknesses. So what is difficult for you may not be for another person, and everyone has different learning styles. So just because you learn really well with that professor doesn't mean someone else does. So you have to form your own opinion, and you just have to write off of your own confidence in a class and know that faculty are people too, and they're there to be a resource for you, and that your own opinion is what's going to lead you to success in a class, and listening to other people can only make you scared and nervous when there might not be a reason to be.
I'd say that the biggest thing for chemistry exam prep is to go back and do practice problems. A lot of the times professors will have practice problems in their lecture slides that you can go back and look at online. What I like to do is the night before the exam, I go through the lecture slides and work through each problem that covers the topics that we're going to have on the test the next day. That way I can look at each problem and make sure that I know how to solve each one before it shows up on the test. The key is to trying to do it on your own without any external help to see if you can get to the answer on your own. I'd say that if you go through and you feel good about it and you get the right answer, that's great, move on to the next one. But if you're having difficulty or if you get the wrong answer, make sure that you go back and see what you did wrong and work through so that you understand where your mistake was. That way that you can improve before the test and make sure that you have everything down.
Exam prep can be extremely difficult and stressful, especially when you don't know where to start or when reading a textbook doesn't help you. Trying to teach yourself difficult concepts in a crunch will not help you succeed. But you are not alone. I strongly recommend you pick up a skills book from the URI bookstore and start using it as early and as much as you can. The more practice problems you do, the stronger your skills will be and the more confident you'll feel on the exam. Take your skills book to office hours or tutoring and get your answers checked. And don't be afraid to ask questions.
I know you can do it. You know you can do it. Everyone at the AEC and your professors know you can handle all the hard problems that you come across. Keep that in mind. You can do it.
Good luck.
Good luck.
You've got this. Have a great semester.